Hey, this is Lee and Mike, and we're back with another in brief on the state of the New York City commercial leasing market, which is changing day by day, hour by hour. Probably just changed a moment ago, making this video obsolete already.
Yep. Everybody can stop watching.
Stop
We're just saying hi.
Yeah, or have a snack instead. But there was some news on Friday, not unanticipated news, but news that certainly affects some of our clients and commercial tenants and landlords alike.
Yeah, the moratorium on evictions and foreclosures was extended to October 20th. This is, from my reading of it, I think it's just affecting commercial tenants. I think residential tenants already had the guidance, which was a little bit conflicting depending on the source, was that October 1st would be when the city marshals would actually start enforcing the residential evictions. That had already been set to be prosecuted. We can't forget, actually, that many of the evictions that landlords would like to prosecute have not even gone through the courts yet. So it's a limited number of tenants that this would affect, but still, nominally a big number. So it's not a big surprise. I don't think we were too surprised. I was a little surprised that they did it before the weekend, because it seemed like the type of thing that might get done at 10 p.m. Sunday night, just before it was set to expire. But it's actually much better because people didn't go into the weekend, which was a holiday weekend for some people, wondering what was going to happen 9 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, well, for whatever reason, the governor keeps waiting until the last minute to extend these until giving a little more breathing room. The guessing is always that they're going to get extended, but
right.
The businesses that have to do planning, both landlords and tenants, a broader picture of what the government's thinking about doing moving forward would be somewhat helpful, for us included. And
Yep.
I guess that's a good segue to the other topic that we wanted to touch on, which is personal guarantees, the enforcement of which have been suspended through September 30th, if the default occurred between March 7th and December 30th. September 30th.
Yeah, right.
We're getting on pretty close to September 30th. A couple months ago, it felt like it was far away. Now we're on the doorstep of it. Do we anticipate an extension there? What's the thought process in your mind with respect to the extension of the city council law? Obviously, different bodies have to make the decision other than the government.
Right. Yeah, I mean, logically, there would be no reason to extend the moratorium and not extend that, very important protection against those who've personally guaranteed a commercial lease. The situation certainly hasn't gotten better for the tenants or for landlords for that matter, but until there's a better plan in place, this is potentially going to ruin some people if they have personal liability to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars in a lot of cases or more. It is concerning, I think, that it's not a state protection, that it's at the city level. We saw what happened with New York City schools, and it's just that much harder, I think, for the city to maybe put these things in place and to act quickly. Cuomo obviously has been very decisive for the last 6 months, and so I don't know. I do think it's going to get extended, but it's probably going to be another nail biter.
All right. Well, we'll certainly be on top of it, and as on top of it as we can be, given the ever-changing landscape. And we'll circle back in the next couple of days as we get closer to that deadline and give an update with respect to the personal guarantee law.
Right. Yeah, and there may be some other developments by then. Who knows? A week can be really action-packed these days.
That's right. Have a good day, and we'll talk again soon.